Suppose kids are playing the game telephone, and Shelby whispers the name of a very important sensory system to John. And John whispers it to Allison, and Allison whispers it to Sam, and so the message goes down the line. Since the words vestibular system went in right from the start, there's at least a chance that those words will get to where they were headed. But what if Shelby's brain hears the words vestibular system instead of vestibular system? And that's what she passes on to John. Now what are the odds that the last person in line is going to ever hear the words vestibular system? The same confusion happens to our senses if our vestibular system doesn't get it right. When this system is working as it should, it acts like a patrol officer. It's the first sensory system to get all the information that bombards our brain, and its job is to direct it to all the other senses. But what if that patrol officer has trouble interpreting the incoming information? Or can't decide where to send the information? Or what if it snoozes and misses something altogether? Not good. A malfunctioning vestibular system is going to affect how we learn and behave. We may even have trouble getting the system up and going, like a light switch that's flickering and just can't seem to stay on once and for all. And if that happens, we may just zone out. Some of us discover that movement gets the system in gear. So we rock, or spin, or jump. And what do you know? We can actually pay better attention doing all that. In fact, some of us discover that we like to move all the time. That's because the vestibular system also has to do with balance. And it's a lot easier to balance when we're moving than when we're still. If you don't believe me, think about kids learning to ride a bike. It's much harder to balance when the bike is going slowly than when it's going fast. So some people might think, hey, there's a hyper kid, and they see him running here and there. But there's a good chance that he's a smart kid who's just figured out that it's a lot easier to balance when he's moving. In fact, most people don't realize that standing still or sitting still requires the highest level of balance. And most people have no idea that a poor vestibular system can keep a cortex worrying about staying upright and balanced, leaving no time for it to do its own job. But what if our vestibular system gets too much instead of too little information? When that happens, we're gonna avoid movement. That's why you won't find us signed up for many team sports, such as soccer, or hanging upside down from playground equipment, or going on that roller coaster. After all, we can feel nauseous just riding in a car. Like a tripod, our vestibular system is also supposed to keep our eyes still, so images aren't bouncing all over the place. But have you ever watched a home video where the person kept moving the camera as he filmed it? That tortured viewing gives you some idea of what it's like to read or see when our vestibular system is not doing its job. But it's not all bad news. We can get our vestibular system in shape so that our other senses get the right information and our cortex is available to do its own job. And then we will have a better organized brain.